Some of the other things that we have here, you can get detail views, dimension styles, layers. So if I get in, if I look at some of these, I don't think this drawing has a whole lot. Just layer 0, etc. But if I were to take, let's say, here's my first floor. Oh, wall base. Here we go. If I look at wall base and I look at layers, you can see that I've got a whole bunch of layers here in the drawing, and I can actually copy those into another file. Let me go back for 1 second. Actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start basically populating a drawing. Like maybe I get a drawing from another customer or from a client, and I want to make sure I'm using like their title block and all that kind of stuff. So I have a block drawing with title blocks in it here. If I go over to layouts, you see that I have an 11 by 17 layout. And right now in my drawing, all I have is layout 1 and layout 2. So if I take this layout and I come over and drag and drop it into my file, it just created this 11 by 17 layout with the title block that was in that other drawing file. So didn't have to open it and XREF it in or whatever. I just drag and dropped it and it created the layout for me. By the way, just another tip in case you need to insert a layout from in another way. If I right-click on one of the layout tabs, and you can select from template, and you can basically go over. Let's see, just grab webinars. Where are we? Go back to the basics. Introduction to design. So here we go. Drawings. And I'm going to change this to DWG instead of a template. And I'll select my wall base drawing. And actually, this only has layout 1. But you can actually insert a layout from another drawing just by picking on or right-clicking on a layout tab and selecting from template, changing to a DWG, and then you can insert that from your other drawing file. I already have a layout 1, so it's not going to work in this particular case. So I have my 11 by 17 template that I just brought in, but if I were to go to my home tab here and look at my layers, right, all I have right now is layer 1, miscellaneous, and title. Maybe I want to start populating that drawing with some layers from the floor plan. So wall base, and I'll go back to layers, and I can just sit here and select all of these various layers. Oops, hit shift to be able to select them, and again I can just drag those into my drawing file, and now you'll see that I have all of those layers populated in my drawing. So hopefully you're starting to see some of the power of using Design Center. It's able to do a lot for you. You can even, if I go back to my Model tab here, I'm going to go over and let's close up some of this a little bit. Go to Drawings and go over here to Wall Base. You can insert this as a block, or I can attach this as an XREF. So if I wanted to attach this, it just brings up the attach XREF dialog box. Go ahead and attach the drawing, and here's my drawing being XREF'd into this file. So we've done insert, I've copied some layers, I've just used the XREF command. We were able to access the block editor, right? We could do the same thing with some of these other options as well. There's a drawing here called Textiles Line Types. So this drawing, again, this is in the sample folder inside of AutoCAD LT. This drawing actually has all of the various textiles and line types that we ship with AutoCAD, or a lot of them anyway. So if I wanted to start grabbing some, let's say you want monospace and Swiss bold and whatever, Swiss regular. You can just, again, take those, drop them in, and if I use the style command, I just brought in those text styles. Same thing with the line types, right? If I need some line types, just select on line types here. Here's all the various, a bunch of different line types that we could use. I want a fence line, and I want a tract and a zigzag, and a gas line. Just drag those in, and then I have those line types being brought in. Right? Let's see. So with, same thing with dimension styles, multi-leader section views, right? I don't need to show all of these different things, but it allows you to do an awful lot with just the sample tools here. Okay, so one of the cool things, I mentioned that there's a search button. So if I pick on search, you're going to see that, oh, there you go. Try that. Come on. Search. Why? Right, hold on. Let's see, let me get my design center back. Where'd you go? Looks like I just dragged it off the end of the world here. So let's see if I can get this back. This is what you call a Volcker moment. So if I go to palettes, design center, and I'm going to say show it, and floating, apply. There we go. So that's another little tip for you is if you ever lose a dialog box, if it goes off the screen, you could use the CUI editor to get it back. So if I go to search, you're going to see that I can search for lots of different things. I could search for blocks, detail views, dimension styles, hatch patterns, whatever. So for example, I'm not going to search my entire C drive because that would be a little crazy, but I can go in and open this up, and I'm just going to look in my webinars folder, and I want to search for a block, and I know that it has chair in the name, so I'm just going to do a chair star and do a search, and it's going to look through all of the various drawings and in my folders here and find any block within any of those drawings that has chair in the name. Just stretch this open a little bit. So go ahead and hit stop because I found what I want. So now I have my chair, and I can just go ahead and insert this in, and here's my chair. So if you have a title block or something, and or maybe a detail that you've used in the past, and kind of what the name is, but you don't remember where it is or where it's located, just use that search option, and you can find lots of different types of things, and it'll just look through all of the different drawings for you. So you don't have to open up 10 different drawings and hope to find the drawing that you're looking for, the block that you're looking for. It'll do all the hard work for you. Obviously, if you need to do a new search, you just go ahead and hit new search. It'll clear your results, and then I could say, okay, I want to find a hatch pattern with a particular name or whatever it is, and this will do all of that for you. So so that's kind of just pulling things out of drawings. There's maybe a better way to manage stuff like content. So in this particular drawing, I've got what is this, 20 different blocks, and I can certainly just drag and drop from here. But another thing that Design Center allows you to do is I can actually pick on these blocks, and I can right click, and I can say I want to create a tool palette from these blocks. So hit Create Tool Palette. This is going to take just a moment. Okay, so it just created this new palette for me, and I can say this is whatever, furniture. It's not really just furniture, but that's okay. So it created a tool palette of all these different blocks for me. One of the nice things about a tool palette is I can do a lot more than just insert it. So you notice when I did the insert before, it just put it on whatever the current layer was. So inside my tool palette, let's see, these walls. I should really probably should rename this as to, let's rename this. This is more like plumbing fixtures. Okay, so I can right click on this and we can go to the properties of the tool, and inside of the tool palette we can then start assigning additional things. So the most common one that people would probably use here is layer. I can say, you know what, I want this to be on the the sink layer. Well, actually, that's a bathtub, so I'll put it on the shower layer. So instead of just putting it at the standard, it's going to put it on showers, not just the current. I'm not going to mess with color, line type, plot style, all that, but I will say that I want to be prompted for the rotation for it. I obviously don't want to explode it because you want to keep it as a block. And it was drawn to scale, so we want to insert it as scale of 1. So now I'm going to hit OK. And let's see. Let's put a nice bathtub here in the middle of my conference room or whatever this is. So you can see that it's actually being placed on the planned shower layer. So it's gone on a layer that I wanted to, prompted me for the rotation, etc.